And so sorry if I am late, and I don't even know if anyone will see this. I'm not going to be on very long tonight. If you are new here and just new to this channel, my name is Maudie, and I have another channel, Castleberry Branch, and that is my main channel. This is basically just a um, Bible study channel where we can talk about the Lord and things like that, and just kind of share our faith journeys together. This is just a woman's channel. I am not preaching to men or teaching men. It's just for women. I do have my friend Brad on here. He's a moderator. And hey, Sally Joe, I'll probably add you as a moderator as well if you don't mind. That way I'll have two of y'all on here. Let me add as moderator. Sorry, guys. Let me get that going. Okay, got that. And I apologize for running just a few minutes late here. My little boy is sick and we're just kind of dragging. So, but anyway, hey, how are y'all? I'm glad that I've already got a couple of y'all on here. So I was going to wait just a minute. Probably won't be able to be on here but about 30 minutes tonight because I really need to get back with him, and he is feeling better. He ate some mashed potatoes and he drank a glass of tea. So, and he's actually up and talking, but he had a fever earlier, and you know, the kids have all kind of not felt well. So he's also just, now he's the last one to really get it, I guess, whatever they had. I really don't know what they had, but so we're just kind of playing it safe. So I want to just start by normally what I will talk about for our Bible study. I think I'm going to try to talk about, of course, it's, you know, biblical womanhood, things like that. All the things that would apply to being a woman and being a Christian. Let me see. Okay, sorry guys. I'm just making sure that I feel like my Wi-Fi is very spotty. So if you guys can see me and hear me okay, just say like leave a comment and let me know. Because I don't know. Our internet's been acting crazy too, and so I feel weird. You can see, okay. I feel weird because it's like it keeps going in and out, and I'm looking at that, so I'm like, I don't want to. Okay, alrighty. Hey, I'm glad you could join us too. It's 7:08, so about I'll wait about 5 more minutes, and then I'll really get started. But what I was just saying is, I want us to focus on, for right now, like biblical womanhood, and I don't mean like weird, like the whole trad wife or whatever, that type of movement. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about like how to be a biblical woman, like in today's world, like because there's a lot of different ideas on what that means, and I think that obviously we should go to the Bible. I myself have failed miserably at biblical womanhood many times in my life, and it's something that I have studied and still, you know, I just fail so many times. I have the best intentions, but again, I let the flesh side of me get the best of me, and then I don't act the way I should. Not that we're going to be perfect, but I do think that we should definitely purpose to glorify the Lord, and in all the situations that we're in. Yes, Proverbs 31. And Miss Carol, which she's not on here, I don't know that she'll be on here tonight, but Miss Carol and I've been talking, and she was just like, you know, you should do the Proverbs 31 woman, and I do want to do that. I think that that's a good idea. That's not exactly what I'm going to do tonight. I think that if we do Proverbs 31, I think we should just like start that study, and, you know, it be like continued week to week. But tonight, since I know I don't have a lot of time, I am going to read a verse that, a few verses here, um, that have stuck out to me this week. And I had posted, I'm sorry, there's flies going everywhere. I cannot stand flies. They're going all over the place. Um, I had posted earlier in the week on Monday, I'd posted these verses, a couple of them. One of them I didn't post, I don't think. But here, Shan says she works hard for her family and the Lord. And that's true. That's what the Proverbs 31 woman does. You know, she is constantly doing whatever she needs to do for the betterment of her household and ultimately to honor the Lord. She's not lazy. I struggle with laziness. She's not lazy. She's, you know, if you just look at all of her qualities, you will quickly be like, oh my word, I could never be this person. I could never keep up with this person. And that is where I think that a lot of us get hung up on. You know, we look at the total picture of everything the Bible says about this particular image of a woman, and we feel like we have to do all the things. And if we can do all the things, wonderful. But I don't think that that's necessarily what that means. Hey, Jody. So, I want to read this verse, 1 Corinthians 10:31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of God. And of course, this could be men or women, but since I'm speaking to women, I am going to tell you guys what I feel about this verse. To me, when I think about fueling our bodies, I was talking about that earlier. I am really bad at not taking care of myself. Like, not taking care of myself as in I don't take, you know, I don't eat properly. I don't sleep properly. Like, I've had a backache for weeks and weeks on end. I still haven't went to the doctor. My yearly exam was in May, and I canceled it because we were going on a trip, and then I just haven't gotten around to making another one. You know, like, I'm 45, so I feel like I probably need to get checkups, just like, and I always say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do all the things, and then I just throw myself on the back burner. And even with feeding my family, like, I'll get up and the kids may want to eat whatever, and, you know, I'll make sure that they eat, and then it's evening time. It's like literally dinner time, and I'm like, oh, I haven't ate. And my son had pointed that out to me. He was just like, Mom, he's like, sometimes you don't even eat. Like, you don't even eat until supper. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, I don't. But what I do is I still need energy. So, you know, I'll drink 3 or 4 cups of coffee, and my coffee is black coffee with sugar and half in it. So I'm drinking coffee, and then if I really need a kick, I'll grab a Mountain Dew, and, you know, like, I might eat 1 bite of something, and then I just speed on about my business because I've always got so many different things to do. And I said this past week, I'm like, I've got to stop doing that because it's not healthy, for one. But past it not being healthy, if everything that I do, everything, eating, drinking, the way I talk, the way I dress, who I have in my home, every single aspect, of my life, like, if all that's supposed to honor the Lord, if I'm not fueling my body, if I'm not eating properly to the best of my ability, if I'm not prioritizing myself, not in a selfish way, not like, you know, putting myself way above everyone else, but just making sure that my needs, my basic needs, are met, if I'm not doing that, then how can I be glorifying God? If I have no energy and I'm just constantly exhausted, and this is what I do, like, I will not eat, and then I end up with a migraine, or I end up just exhausted, and then I'm just overwhelmed and just frazzled. And it's because I'm not taking care of myself. You know, I just, I'm just not doing it. Like I'm not taking care of myself. And when I thought about this verse, I'm going, it's more than this verse to me is about way more than food and drink. It's because he throws in whatsoever you do all to the glory of God. So no matter what. So if I'm getting up in the morning and I'm feeding my whole family, and then I don't do anything for myself, and I've not showered in 4 days, and my hair's stuck to my head, and I can't comb my hair, and I'm walking around in my pajamas for the 4th day in a row, how am I glorifying and honoring God if that's who I am? Now, I get it. Some days you're sick or you don't feel good, and there's nothing wrong with having a pajama day where you just, stay in your pajamas. I don't really do that, but I definitely have days that I don't, I just don't do anything. But in general, that shouldn't be our everyday. And truly, I feel better if I get up and I feed myself and I take some time to get my thoughts together. And used to, I would get up very, very early in the morning, and I would be up early, and that's what I would do. But since my husband has the job he has now, I don't really get up early. I get up still 5:30, 6 o'clock. But there's been days I've slept till like 8 o'clock in the morning if my kids are asleep. I look back on everything, it's like I'm exhausted because I'm not taking care of myself. And now at my age, well, I really have to make sure that I need to prioritize that. So the other 2 verses that I just wanted to touch on is, if we're supposed to be glorifying and honoring God with everything we do, I mean, what else does God say? Like, what else does the Bible say about us? 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20, and I read out of the King James Version. But what? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So again, if my body's a temple, if my body is the Lord's, how can I glorify Him if I'm not even doing the basic things? If I'm just not taking care of myself? Like, if my mind is constantly on frazzle mode and I'm constantly frazzled, how in the world can I glorify God? How can I be this temple? So, and that looks different for everybody, obviously. Like for me personally, I need to eat. And I don't have to eat first thing in the morning, but like I need to make sure that I'm eating something substantial, like a substantial food. I need to make sure I'm feeding myself and that I make myself presentable. And, I don't wear makeup. I don't wear jewelry. So, like, making myself presentable is making sure that my hair's put up and I've got clean clothes on. And that is what I do. But I need to get up and I need to do that. And I need to make sure that that's what I'm doing in order to be able to glorify God for myself. Because if I'm supposed to be doing all these things, and then of course I'm an example to my children, if I'm supposed to be doing all these things as a woman, it's easy to use the excuse, well, I'm tired today, or I'm so busy, I just don't have time to do this or do that. But then for me personally, like I said earlier, when I get to the end of the day and I'm just give out, and I'm like, why? Why am I give out? Like, what is wrong? And I'm like, oh, because I didn't take care of myself to start with. So I know I'm kind of rambling, and I was going to like put some notes together, but then with my kids being sick, my little boy got sick today, and I haven't had time, but I still wanted, and I started to cancel it, but I'm like, I'm not going to cancel this. Like, I want to get on here and at least talk about these three verses. And I'm going to stop for just a second and go back and read the comments. And yes, Shan, I agree. She doesn't have to do all those things at the same time or season of life. I agree with that. Sally Joe said, this is me too. Oh, hey, Letitia. Oh, I'm sorry you've been sick. I will pray for you. We're sick too. I know you said over the weekend you were not feeling good. I guess the kids are sick, and I told you that, but now Asher's sick. So, and I love you, and I hope you feel better, and I will be praying. I will check on you. Oh, happy birthday, Shan. I had a daughter turn 27 yesterday, and then Sarah turns 11 tomorrow. I turned 48 today, and this resonates. I tend to forget to eat breakfast and sometimes skip lunch. I changed to decaf coffee after my first cup of regular due to how much I drink. That's a good idea. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I've never had decaf coffee. I don't even know what it tastes like. My phone, we're watching her. Okay. Alrighty, cool. Oh yeah, I love the verse too. Hey, Sarah. So I used to get up early, and now I get up and immediately have to get ready for work. I mean, yeah. And I've caught myself just sleeping longer and longer, and I feel like it's like my body needs the rest, but I feel so much better, and I get so much done, even if I just get up at 5:30. And for years, when my husband worked with Coca-Cola, like, I would get up anywhere between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be up the rest of the day. And Shan says, the Lord has been speaking to me the same message, that I need to take better care of my body. Jody says, a lot of mothers get busy and skip meals. I never eat breakfast and often skip lunch. My kids are grown with families of their own, and I'm still like this. Yes, and I agree. I think we do. I'm just saying, I think we need to prioritize taking care of ourselves. And, some people, I have friends that fast, and they can fast, and they can go all the way, and they don't even break their fast until like 1 o'clock, and they're just a-okay. Me personally, I'm not that way. I can, like, if I'm intentionally fasting, I can definitely do it, but I do feel a difference. I do feel a difference. Shan, I wasn't able to have children, and I stay tired all the time. I have to work full time. I've been praying for strength in my body and spirit. I'll pray for you too, Shan, with that. And my mother, she only had one child. She did not have me. She was 46 when I was born, so she worked her entire life. And then also, I mean, once she was married to my dad, I think she was like 40 or 41 when they got married, and she had, like, helped him run his business, and she still worked. Like, she physically, my mom, she worked really, really hard. And after I was born, she like was still working, like, at home, but she was working, taking care of his business, taking care of me, and all the things that she did. I would love to be able to do that, but I don't have the strength that she did. I truly believe women were maybe cut from different cloth back then, but she just was a go-getter in every aspect. Hey, Sweet Pea, that's okay. I was late too. I was a few minutes late. Thank you, Shan. And I've got sick kids, so the kids are sick. But my little one, Asher, my 7-year-old, he's sick today. Like, this is his first day sick. Last night he said his throat was sore, but now he's got a temperature, and he's just not feeling well. Hey, Carol. Okay, so kind of back to what I was saying. If anybody has anything to chime in, chime in, please, if anybody has anything to say. Yes, I think a bug is going around. I definitely think so. And Miss Carol Sweet Pea asked, how is your granddaughter doing? Hey, Linda, how are you? I started a few minutes late, and I'm kind of just rambling because I didn't get a chance to really make good notes. I only wrote down my 3 verses that I knew I wanted to touch on, but I didn't get much further than that just because today's been a day. Not in a bad way, but... And I took Sarah, my birthday girl, tomorrow. Her birthday, she will be 11. I took her to town. Excuse me. I took her to town, and we just kind of spent some time together. We went to Hobby Lobby, and we went to Sam's. We went to Sam's and bought 40 pounds of sugar in 10-pound bags because it is so much cheaper there than buying it at Walmart, and I did not know that until just probably a month ago. So we went to Sam's, we bought the sugar, and then we ran in Hobby Lobby, and we got her some birthday goodies that she was wanting. We went ahead and got that for her, and then we had to go to Walmart, but we wheeled through Chick-fil-A, and we both got a medium order of fries, and she got one, I got one, and then we got drinks. I got a half and half sweet tea, and she got I don't remember what she got. She might have got a Dr. Pepper. I don't know, but I treated her anyway. That's what she wanted. And then we went to Walmart, and she had to get some shoes. So I bought her 2 pairs of shoes, and we just did a little shopping. She wants corn dogs tomorrow for lunch, so we got corn dogs. And she wants muffins for breakfast, and then she really wanted us to grill tomorrow night, but it's supposed to be really stormy. That's why we went ahead and, went out today instead of on her actual birthday. But, sorry, I'm trying not to cough. But she's going to settle for Dorito casserole. That was what she also wanted. So that works out because I am going to make a video about that Dorito casserole. That way, I've had several people ask me about it. And, yeah, I'll be able to do that. So, I'm going to do that tomorrow, make that video. Sally Joe, I think you also have asked about it, if I'm not mistaken. But she's excited about that. So, I'm glad that she's okay with that instead of grilling, since the weather's going to be so bad. But I will make that video, and then I will have that put out. I don't know if it'll come out Saturday or if I will do it maybe Monday. I'm not sure. But, so that works out. But we are supposed to have bad weather here tomorrow, and then we're supposed to be going down Saturday. And I say we're, as in me, my husband, Brad. I think our neighbor is going to go with us. We're going to go down to my father-in-law's apartment, and my mother-in-law. We're all going to be there, us adults, and we will pack up his apartment and put everything like in storage, because his lease is up to be renewed, and it's just not conducive to continue to pay for it and him not live there. So he's definitely not able to live there, and he probably won't be able to live on his own again. So my mother-in-law just talked to my husband, and they just kind of decided that would be the best thing, and because she's having to pay for that now. So anyway, she's paid for it for months, but it's just, he is still, of course, in the hospital. He's in the step-down unit. He still can't really talk. He can't talk. He can't get up. I mean, He's in liver failure, kidney failure, and heart failure, congestive heart failure. So he's really just having a hard time. It's kind of just like a matter of time, unfortunately. Let me see. People with physical limitations that can't do things, and here I am complaining about doing dishes or something. Yes, and because you said doing all things for the glory of the Lord, I try to remember that when I'm doing things I don't care for. There are people that would love to be able to do the things I hate. People with physical limitations that can't do things, and here I'm complaining about doing dishes or something. The Lord bless me with the ability to do them. Glory to the Lord. Yes, and I'm telling you what, Jody, do me a favor, go into my room, and as you going into my bathroom, there's that picture that I just hung up. It's the long picture. Will you take a picture of that and bring it to me? It's just, or just go get that picture off the wall. It's the long one. It's like long, and it's not big. It's just long, and it's right there where that candle holder used to be when going into my bathroom. You'll see it hanging there. I'm going to read y'all something, and that,
Just get the picture.
yeah, just bring me the picture. This, I read it every day. It goes in with exactly what we're talking about, and I should have bring it out if I would have thought of it. When you said that, people with physical limitations, that just reminded me about this picture I have, and what it says. It's a very, very, very good message. Hey, Sweet Pea, I'm gonna read it to y'all. But you are right. You know, I think about the same thing. Like when I go to Walmart and I park my car, and you know, sure, especially when I had really little kids, I would try to get closer. But now that I don't, you know, I can park all the way down. Yes, all the way down at the end. You know, I park further down, and I always try to park by a buggy thing, but I park further down, and I think, hey, I'm so thankful I can walk to the up to the front. Like, there's some people that cannot, like little things like that. But I have this picture hanging up. It's hanging in my bathroom, and I got this at an estate sale, and it says, I asked God for strength that I might achieve. I was made weak that I might learn humbly to obey. I asked for health that I might do greater things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I asked for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I asked for power that I might have the praise of men. I was given weakness that I might feel the need of God. I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing that I asked for, but everything I hoped for. Almost despite myself, my unspoken prayers were answered. I am among all men most richly blessed. And the author is unknown. But I just thought I think that's beautiful, because, you know, we're given, when God's in control. And Sarah and Mark, they were talking about this today. They did a live, and if you didn't get to watch that, I didn't get to catch every single bit of it, but I caught a good portion of it. And if you haven't watched it, go. If you're not subscribed to her channel, go subscribe. Hurting Little Cows. But they were talking about how if the Lord is in control, and you know that the Lord is in control, things may come into your life. What you're dealing with may be in your life. You know, it may be the Lord preparing you for something else, preparing you for something down the road that you can't see. Sorry. Is that my kids?
Yes.
Or they're up? Asher's up?
You want to tell him to keep it down?
Yeah, tell him to keep it down, but I'm just glad he's up, because he was just...
He wanted some cinnamon toast.
Okay. That's fine. He's up moving. I hear him there, so I'm glad he's up. But what they said today was just like, it really made me think, because it is easy for me, especially, I can say, oh man, poor pitiful me. And for a couple of years after my husband left his job, like, and still I really struggle at times. Sometimes I just struggle, but I will think, oh man, if, you know, and I've even said it, I'll say it to him sometimes still. And this is where I'm not, you know, this is where I need to work on myself. But I'll say, you know, if you'd have kept your job at Coca-Cola, we would have had XYZ, or we could have done XYZ. Like, it comes off as very ungrateful. Like, yet there's people, I see it on Facebook all the time, way younger than I am, women who their husbands die, like, or something terrible happens to them, or they're very sick and they can't work at all, and they're going to pass away. And I think about, wow, I'm really blessed regardless. And I need to work on that. Like, when I think about my house and all the things that's wrong with it, and I need all these things done that I don't have the money for, the Lord knows, and the Lord will provide for those when He sees fit. I still have a roof over my head. My roof is not like falling in on me. My house is not falling in. I have food on the table, like, and it has always, it's never failed. Like, say, for instance, the trip where we went to Kentucky. The trip 2 years before that, we went to Williamsburg, Virginia. God made the way, like, every single step. This trip to Kentucky, God made the way, like, every single thing. He put everything in place for us to be able to go. And I was so stressed that I think back on it now, and I've said this recently, I remember the trip, but, like, I was so stressed that I didn't get to enjoy it. Like, I did not take that in with my kids because I was so worried about all these other little things that the Lord was taking care of anyway. And the Lord did. He took care of everything. So that doesn't exactly have to do with, whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do all to the glory of God. I mean, I guess in a way it does, but it does go to say that God supplies all of our needs. Maybe not our wants, but our needs. He does take care of that. And I've seen that time and time again. So why should I not, as who I am, as a person, why should I not want to honor God in any way that I can? Nothing should be too much. Nothing that the Lord asks of me should be too great of a price for me to pay, because He's done all these wonderful things for me in my life. And He continues to. So I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm honoring God. And I'm trying so hard. I really catch myself of my words, the things I say, the things I think, my attitudes. I just catch myself and I'm like, okay, you've got to stop it. And I've stressed. I have stressed so much over the last couple of months. And some of my friends on here that I talk privately with, like, they know, like, I've really been stressing. And it seems like in the last minute, the Lord comes through. And it may not be how I would want it to come through or what I would prefer, but the Lord, He comes through and He makes a way. So it's my duty and privilege to try my very best to honor the Lord in all that I can. And of course, now, nothing I do, I can't ever do enough. Like, I'm not going to work my way to heaven or work my way to some great position with the Lord. I mean, that's impossible. But praise the Lord, He's graceful and He gives us grace, and through His grace, we can be saved and we can follow Him and live in an honoring way that glorifies Him. And, like our works and all those things are evidence of our salvation, which is through Him alone, through nothing else or no one else. But, yeah, that's so rambly, and I hate it that it's all jumbled together, but that came to mind. I'm going to go back up in the comments, and then I'm going to have to probably get off here just for the simple fact I do need to check on Asher. It's easier to leave when you park further away. It definitely is. That is true. And even though I've been driving big vehicles for years, I drove a 15-passenger van for years, and now I drive a Tahoe, and I've drove Brad's truck. I still don't like backing up. I feel weird about backing up. It's like sometimes I think my Tahoe has a blind spot. Now, Brad's truck is same, like it's a Silverado or whatever. It doesn't have a blind spot like my Tahoe does.
Yeah, the van that we got at the thing had a backup camera.
Oh yeah, and the van that we drove to Kentucky had a backup camera, so that was pretty cool. But I just rely on my mirrors because I'm old school. Both of my girls, their cars have backup cameras, and yeah, I'm just, it's not my thing. But it was neat with the big van. If I doubted, I could just glance up in that camera. But it really did not have blind spots like my Tahoe. My Tahoe's got a blind spot over on the passenger side. And I think it's because of the headrest or something back there, but it makes it difficult to back up. So I'm kind of scary about that. Huh? Oh, I was not going to talk about that. I do. Jody did get it on video on the way to Kentucky. Y'all, my GPS took us off it was beautiful. Like, it took us in the most beautiful, beautiful country, but it took us way off the interstate. And I think there was construction or something. It routed us around it, but we about died a couple of times. Jody's got it on film. She was videoing something, the countryside, and then we went off the side of the road. It was funny. Like, it's funny now. It wouldn't have been funny if we would have died. Like, the roads were so narrow. They were very narrow. What?
We wouldn't have died.
I don't think we would have died. We just we would have plowed through those people's yards. But anyway, that was funny. But I'm so glad we were okay, and it wasn't our vehicle either. But of course, we had insurance on it. Sweet Pea, have you talked to our Cherish 5 today or Mama Bear? Not talked to Mama Bear. Talked to her yesterday, and Letitia's on here. She says she's sick, but she's actually on here under her husband's. There's the goat again, guys. Did you hear it?
Maybe, faintly.
Yeah, somebody's got a mystery goat. We don't know where it's at, but
A cow last night. He thought.
I hear it again. Yeah, we're hearing a goat. Yes, so true. Our Lord always supplies our needs and so many of our wants. We are so, so, so blessed. Yes, we are. I have to remind my mom that worrying is a form of fear and fears of the devil. And I try to remind myself that too. Like, my anxiety the past few days has been really, really bad. Really, really bad. I've had a lot of really bad crippling anxiety the last couple of days. And usually when my kids get sick, I end up getting really bad anxiety. And I've definitely had it the last few days. And not even that they've been really sick, because they haven't. But for some reason, I just get bad anxiety. But and the stuff with my father-in-law, I just had like a heavy feeling, kind of doomful feeling. And that sounds crazy to even say, but I've just had a lot of anxiety. And I've got like the stuff going on with my back, and I've got a few other health things going on, and it's kind of freaking me out. So I'm just not feeling it, 100%. I've just got a lot of anxiety, health related anxiety, and then just anxiety, period. Like, I don't watch the news. I don't do none of that, because if I did that, then I would really be anxious. I'm quite sure. Cast your cares on him. I have to remind myself of this. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for doing this tonight. I needed this as well. And Sweet Pea said, me too, Miss Carol. I'm glad that I went ahead and did it. I nearly canceled because I was just like, well, he's not feeling good, and he kept wanting me to hold him. But probably about 15 minutes before, he was like, he was okay, and he said, what are you doing? Where are you going, Mama? I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going out to do a live. And he said, okay. He was fine. He said fine, and so he didn't need me, and he's needed me all evening. He's wanted me to hold him, and but he said he was fine. So I was like, well, I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go out here and do this live. Can totally empathize with the health anxiety. I'm so glad I'm not the only one, because it kind of makes me feel a little loony sometimes, but I really do have health anxiety. That is wild. I want to know where it's coming from. Yeah. It's so weird. I don't know if it's a sheep or if it's a goat. Something, but I think it's a goat as well. We had COVID really, really bad. I hope I don't get booted for saying that word on here. I don't know if you can say it or not. But we had it really, really bad. About how many years has it been? 3. This is 3 years, isn't it?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. 3 years ago. This actually right now. Oh my word! Because it was this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we missed Dawson's birth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could not go to the hospital with Dawson when Dawson was born. Okay, so yeah, so it has been 3. My grandson is about to turn 3, so it has been 3 years, literally right now, since 1, since my husband left Coca-Cola, 2, since we got COVID extremely bad, and like it was bad. That was the worst I think I've ever been sick. And every single person in the house was sick, even my husband, and he doesn't get sick. And he was very, very sick. Jody was very sick. Her oxygen was down in the 80s. And Asher, he literally had a spell. He could not breathe at all. And we had to call the ambulance, and they thought they were going to have to life flight him. And it was just like, we were sick for a very long time after that. And it seems like our health has been bad since then. So for the longest time afterwards, every cold that the kids got, anything respiratory, was terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I have very bad health anxiety. Like, it was very, very scary. I'm with you both on the health anxiety. I'm dealing with aneurysm and irregular heartbeat. Oh, Sally Joe, that is very scary. I always worry if I'm going to have an aneurysm when I get my really bad headaches, because they'll be so bad sometimes, and I think, okay, this is it. Like, I probably need to go to the ER. It gets very scary, and that's something I've got to get in with a neurologist. Like, I've got to get that seen. I have headaches on a weekly basis. Like, it's just not normal. I know that I feel like some of it is hormonal, but these are like past hormonal headaches. They're like, my face goes numb, my head is numb. Like, it's just not normal. It's not good. And I've had heart issues too, so I understand about that for sure. I'm going to pray for you, Sally Joe. I'm going to write that down so I can pray for you. But please get that seen about if you're not. And I'm sure you probably are going to a doctor, but definitely go get that seen about. Carol says, my granddaughter suffers from the ulcerative colitis. I can't pronounce it, but you see, I know what it is. And it's so bad. She has infusions every 10. Oh my, yes. Yep, we will pray for complete healing for her. That is so young to have to go through that. And you know, a lot of people have said that, and that's what the pharmacist, he pulled me aside and he was like, Monty, do you realize the kids have had steroids like 10 times in the past few months? And I'm like, yeah, they're sick. Like, it's the only thing that stops them, gets their breathing back normal. And he's just like, you need to go to an, immunologist. What is it? I can't even pronounce it right now. An immune specialist. I can't think of the word, but whatever. He said, you need to go get that checked out. And so I talked to my pediatrician, and they were like, well, yeah, we can, refer them if you feel like they need to go. I'm like, yeah. Well, then they were going to refer a couple of the kids, and it was like an 8-month wait. And I was like, and then towards the end of that time, then they were better to where they were not needing the steroids all the time. But it's definitely, and that lowers your immune system too, constantly being on steroids. But it definitely had an effect on our health. Like, long term, it had an effect. And it's been very, it's very scary when they get sick, especially respiratory illnesses. And now all the stuff with Emily, she's got to get in with a cardiologist too. And the allergy doctor, which her allergy appointment, we got that moved up. We have to go to Birmingham, but it's actually moved up a little bit sooner. Still about a month away, but better than 6 or 8 weeks away. Understand healthy body. I am 5 years remission from endometrial ovarian cancer. Going through that really changed my perspective on my health. I can imagine so, Shan. I can absolutely imagine so. That's very scary too. That is one of my fears. Truly. One of my fears. And so with my back hurting, like it's my lower back and got some other things going on. I won't go into that here, but I'm just like, I hope it's like not cancer, you know, like it just, but I am going to make an appointment. I'm going to call in the morning and talk to a doctor and see how soon maybe he could get me in and kind of get things checked, and see what's going on. And I'm actually going to see a functional medical doctor too, to get a bunch of blood work done. And not good news, which set my heart going. Oh no, Sally Joe, I'm so sorry. I have ocular migraines, and I had a mini stroke when I had my son from my blood pressure being so high when I had Asher. But I've had these migraines since I was like 12 years old. So no, I've never been to a chiropractor for myself. I'm honestly kind of scared of chiropractors. Some people use them and have great results. My son-in-law loves the chiropractor. I'm kind of scared to go to one, to be honest. But that makes sense. I mean, I guess it could be related to that. Oh, you went to the rheumatologist. Okay, but still, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, you get migraines too? Ugh, I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. Sometimes. Those are formative. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that, or I can look that up. Yes, I'm definitely going to go. Yeah, I'm going to the doctor, Linda, about my headaches, and I am definitely going, Shan. I'm going to go get it checked out. I don't know. I just know some of the symptoms is a little scary, so. Because I had to have a hysterectomy. Huh. Oh, okay, Sally Joe. So you did see the neurosurgeon because your aneurysm is in my brain. Oh no. Oh, that's scary. I'm scared for you. But I know that the Lord is in control, and I'm definitely just going to be praying that the Lord will have his hands on you and keep you safe, and that you'll be able to get it taken care of. Because knowing is excellent. Because if you know, then you know what you have to work with, and that is good. So don't be scared on that end, Sally Joe. Like, you know about it, so you can be proactive, and the doctor can take the steps that they need to do, whatever they need to do to get it taken care of. So that's reassuring. At least you know it's there, and now they know what to do. You know, they can go from there. So that is a blessing in that sense, rather than just not knowing. In Jesus' name, amen to that. Amen. Thank you, Shan. And Sally Joe, keep me updated. And of course, if you need prayer at any time, or if there's anything I can do, and though I'm not close, but if there's anything I can do, please let me know. Because that's just, none of us never know. And we never know what we may be diagnosed with or what may happen. And like the guy, I think I told you all about this on my other channel, There's a young man from my state. His name is Will Roberts. He's all over the national news. Um, but he had cancer. He was 15 years old. He passed away very early this morning in California, and it happened to be his mother's birthday. But he did pass away, and they did everything they could, and he really fought a fight. Like, he fought the fight to the very end, but unfortunately, he passed away. But his story and his determination reached thousands of people. So many people were touched because of this kid that really had this determination. And if you watch him talk, he's just like, he was determined to do everything in his power. Even if it did not work, he was still determined to do everything in his power to fight. And he did up until the very end. And, you know, he did. He received his heavenly healing. And I would hope that if I was ever in that shoes, I would be as positive as he was. He was very positive. He had a very positive attitude. Another Mama Bear's son, he's another one, the one that passed away, Bobby. He was so positive. Like, and I think his channel is still up, his YouTube channel. She may have it linked somewhere. If not, I'll have to ask her about it. But he was so positive, even though he was in a wheelchair, literally depended on someone else, on his mom and them, to care for all his needs. But he was still positive. And like, he still honored the Lord, and he still glorified the Lord in his condition. And when I think about that, I think about people like that. I think about Will that has passed away. And Bobby, of course, has passed away. You know, if people in those situations can honor and glorify the Lord in all they do, I can too. You know, and I have no excuses. So I think we should all definitely just be thankful that we are where we are, and know that whatever the Lord has for us, he will prepare us for that however he needs to. Because he does take care of us and takes care of our needs. And yes, let's all let's pray for Sally Joe. Let's keep her in your prayers. Let's keep her in our prayers in regards to all the stuff that she has going on. And of course, Carol's granddaughter, 10 years old, dealing with that UC. I can't even imagine. So that's very sad too. But anyway, all of us, that's one thing about this group being small. We can pray for each other. And if anybody's got needs, y'all are welcome to go over. If there's something major that comes up that you need immediate prayer for, y'all email me, castleberrybranch@gmail.com. Shoot me an email over there. I will get it. And, you know, if I have to make a post, I can make a post here on this community tab since it's smaller. And if it's something that we need a lot of people praying for, I can post it over on my main channel where there's more people. But nonetheless, prayer, it helps. And we need to all pray. And if y'all would pray for my little Asher, that he would get better and, you know, not be sick, I would really appreciate that. Because he doesn't have anything in comparison to no one here, but he's still sick, and he's 7, and it's just not fun to be sick. And he's had a really sore throat, and today he's kind of got that fever. So just pray that he's the last one. All the other kids are pretty much better now. They still have a yucky cough, but they're better. So I'm hoping he's just caught the tail end of it. Hey, say what now? Good evening, y'all. Good evening. We're about to wrap this up because I was only going to be on here about 30 minutes, but it's already almost an hour. So, I appreciate you ladies being here so very much. I appreciate y'all coming over here, and I'm sorry I rambled. I will have notes next week, and I will post what we will be talking about. sometime before our next meeting. Let's see. Over on my main channel, I'm probably going to be doing a live with Sarah Herding Little Cows sometime. I'm not sure, sometime soon, probably within the next week or so. I'll be doing that, and that'll be, I don't know how that works when you do a live with someone else. I don't know if it's on their channel, your channel, on both channels. I don't know, but it'll be fun nonetheless. I'm looking forward to doing that, and I'm going to do a live with Letitia soon. We've been saying we're going to do a live together, but now she's not feeling well, and we've got all this stuff going on. Hopefully in the next week or so we can get together and do one too. But thank y'all for being here. I love y'all. I'm appreciative of y'all, and I am praying for everybody that's on here. I'm going to pray for y'all, but I will be praying for those specific needs that we have on here. And oh, Sally Joe, you're welcome. I'm glad I was able to do it. Thank y'all for coming over here, because y'all gave me enough subscribers that I could actually get on here and do this live, because I didn't realize that YouTube was so finicky about it. But yes, thank you, Sweet Pea, for praying. Yeah, I'm thankful for prayer warriors too, for sure. It feels good to know that you have people you can just go to and say, hey, pray for me. Yes, I'm going to, Sweet Pea. That's who I was talking about, Letitia. I'm going to do one with her. Yeah, we're going to do one together too. Oh, thank you, Jody. I felt like I was just rambling because I didn't have notes. Again, I'm a note taker, y'all, and I need my notes, and I need to, like, write it down. But all right, guys. I will see y'all. I'll see y'all over on Castleberry Branch before I'll see you here, probably. I may do a live over there sometime. I don't know. We'll see. But I've got videos coming up over there, so stay tuned on Castleberry Branch for Dorito casserole. Probably Monday, but maybe y'all will enjoy that. And I will just talk to y'all later. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and everybody stay safe. I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all, and I will see you guys later.